All right, so we're diving deep into how to prepare for a craft shop manager interview. And we've got a stack of resources from RoleCatcher to help us along the way. We've got their career guides and interview guides, plus we'll even touch on how their AI can help you.
It's like having a whole toolkit to craft that dream career.
Exactly. So let's start by, talking about what a craft shop manager actually does. I mean, we know you love crafts if you're considering this role, but it's about so much more.
Oh, yeah. It really is. It's not just about being surrounded by yarn and glitter, although that is definitely a perk. You're leading a team, you're managing inventory, you're staying ahead of all the latest trends, and you're really creating a space where creativity can flourish.
I love that. It's like orchestrating a symphony of craftiness. So let's get into some of the common interview questions you might encounter.
Sounds good. Let's start with one that seems simple, but it's actually a great opportunity to showcase your passion. How did you first become interested in managing a craft shop?
Ooh, that's a good one. So this is your chance to share your crafting origin story. Don't just say, oh, I like to knit. Tell a story. Maybe it's about the first time you felt that joy of creating something with your own hands. Or maybe it's about a special person who inspired you.
Right, the interviewer wants to see that spark, that genuine enthusiasm that you have for the crafting world.
It's like giving them a glimpse into what drives you. And speaking of passion and drive, let's talk about a question that digs a little deeper into your experience. What relevant experience do you have for managing a craft shop?
So this is where you really want to highlight those transferable skills. Think about times you've managed projects, led teams, or even organized events. Even if it wasn't in a craft shop setting, you can draw parallels.
That's a good point. You can showcase your leadership communication and problem-solving skills. And RoleCatcher's guides really emphasize tailoring your answers to the specific job description. So analyze those keywords and requirements and weave them into your responses.
Yeah, for example, if the job description mentions visual merchandising or creating engaging displays, you could talk about a time that you arranged a captivating window display that really drew customers into a store.
Ooh, that's a good example. Now let's talk about a question that every retail manager needs to be prepared for. How would you handle a difficult customer complaint? Because even in the happiest, most creative space, you're going to encounter a frustrated customer at some point.
Definitely. This question is all about showing your grace under pressure. The interviewer wants to see that you can stay calm, empathize with the customer, and find a solution that makes everyone feel good.
So what's the best way to approach this one?
Focus on the process. You can walk them through how you'd actively listen, acknowledge their feelings, and then present a clear solution. RoleCatcher suggests using the STAR method, which is situation, task, action, result. It helps structure your response and create a compelling story.
Okay, that makes sense. And maybe share a specific example of a time you successfully resolved a challenging customer situation.
Yes, a real-world example brings it to life.
Right, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about staying ahead of the curve. How do you stay up to date on the latest craft trends and techniques?
So this is where your passion for crafting really gets to shine. Talk about the blogs you read, the podcasts you listen to, the workshops you attend. Even the social media accounts you follow. Show them you're constantly seeking inspiration and knowledge.
RoleCatcher's Career Guide highlights the importance of being a trendsetter in this industry. Maybe you could even mention a recent trend you're excited about and how you would incorporate it into the shop.
Yeah, that's a good way to connect your knowledge to the business side.
Okay, so let's tackle this next question. It's all about keeping those creative juices flowing. How would you create a welcoming and inspiring environment for both customers and staff in a craft shop?
This is your chance to paint a picture of your dream craft shop. Talk about the atmosphere you want to create. Think about the visual merchandising, the music, the lighting, all those little touches.
Oh yeah, you could mention specific ideas like hosting workshops, creating a community bulletin board, or even setting up a cozy lounge area where people can gather and chat.
Exactly. It's all about creating a space that fosters creativity, connection, and a sense of belonging.
All right, let's move on to a question that's essential for any managerial role. Tell me about a time you had to deal with a conflict between two employees. How did you handle the situation?
So here you want to showcase those conflict resolution skills. They want to know you can remain neutral, listen to all sides, and guide the team toward a resolution.
RoleCatcher suggests using the STAR method here too. Describe the situation, your role, the actions you took, and of course the positive outcome.
Yeah, and be sure to emphasize open communication, fairness, and creating a harmonious work environment.
Okay, let's talk about showing your entrepreneurial spirit now. Imagine you have a budget to bring in a new product line or expand an existing one. How would you decide what to invest in?
This is where you get to shine as a strategic thinker. The interviewer wants to see that you understand the craft market. You can analyze trends and make data-driven decisions.
You can mention conducting market research, analyzing customer preferences, even considering profit margins, and maybe testing new products through small-scale trials or pop-up events.
Those are all great points. It's about showing you can think creatively, assess risk, and make informed decisions.
Okay, last question before we move on to how RoleCatcher's AI can help. How do you envision contributing to the success of our craft shop and the broader crafting community?
This is your closing statement, your chance to leave a lasting impression. Connect your values and passions to the shop's mission.
Maybe you have a personal mission statement that aligns with the shop's values, or an idea for a community outreach program or a unique workshop series.
Those are fantastic ways to show enthusiasm and dedication. This question is all about showing that you're not just looking for a job, but a chance to be part of something meaningful.
I love that. This has been incredibly helpful in understanding how to approach these common interview questions. Now I'm really curious to hear more about how RoleCatcher's AI can help us tailor our answers and practice our delivery. It sounds almost futuristic.
It's pretty amazing. But before we delve into the AI magic, let's touch on some insights from RoleCatcher's career guides. Understanding the bigger picture of the craft industry can give you a significant advantage.
Sounds like a great plan. Let's dive into those industry insights next, and then explore how RoleCatcher can help us craft those perfect responses.
So RoleCatcher's career guides actually offer some fascinating insights into the craft industry. For example, did you know that the employment outlook for craft shop managers, it's projected to grow by 7% over the next decade. That's faster than the average for all occupations.
Wow, that's really encouraging. It sounds like there's a real demand for skilled and passionate people to lead these creative spaces.
Exactly, and that's where understanding the industry's nuances can give you a real edge in your interview. For instance, RoleCatcher highlights the rising popularity of sustainable and ethically sourced craft supplies.
So if I'm passionate about eco-conscious crafting, I can mention that in the interview. Like I could talk about how I'd prioritize sourcing materials from local artisans or companies with sustainable practices.
Exactly. That's a great way to align your values with the shop's mission and showcase your commitment to responsible crafting.
I like that. Now, what else does RoleCatcher say about the craft industry?
Well, they also point out the growing interest in experiential retail, where customers are looking for more than just products. They want workshops, classes, and events that give them a sense of community and connection.
That makes sense. People are craving that in-person experience.
Absolutely. So if you have experience teaching crafting classes or organizing events, highlight those skills. You could even suggest some innovative ideas for workshops or events that would attract different types of crafters.
It's all about showing them you understand the needs of craft enthusiasts and how to create a shop that caters to that.
Exactly. Now, are you ready to dive into the world of AI and see how RoleCatcher can help craft the perfect interview responses?
Yes, I'm so curious to see how this technology works in practice.
Okay, so imagine this. You upload your CV and the job description to RoleCatcher, and then the platform's AI analyzes both documents, identifying keywords, skills, and experience that are required for that specific role.
It's like having a superpowered assistant helping me tailor my application.
Exactly. For example, let's say the job description emphasizes experience with inventory management and visual merchandising. RoleCatcher's AI would scan your CV and highlight any relevant experience you have in those areas.
So even if I haven't used those exact words, the AI can identify experiences that show I have those skills.
Precisely. It's like having a detective uncover hidden treasures in your work history.
I love that. Okay, so how does this help me with crafting my interview responses?
Well, once RoleCatcher has identified those key skills and experiences, you can then use the platform to practice your answers to common interview questions. Let's take that question about handling customer complaints as an example.
Okay, so I would type in my response, and then what?
Well, then RoleCatcher's AI would analyze your answer and provide feedback on things like clarity, conciseness, and relevance to the job description. It could even suggest ways to strengthen your response by incorporating specific examples or keywords.
Wow, so it's like having a virtual interview coach, helping me fine-tune my delivery and make sure my answers are on point.
Exactly. And the best part is you can practice as many times as you need. You can experiment with different phrasing and approaches until you feel completely confident and prepared.
That's incredible. It takes away so much of the guesswork and the anxiety.
And it really allows you to focus on showcasing your passion, your skills, and your personality, all the things that make you the perfect candidate.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today, from understanding the role itself to tackling those common interview questions. And now we've even explored how RoleCatcher's AI can help us craft those winning responses.
And we even touched on some valuable insights about the craft industry's trends and outlook.
Now I'm wondering, what are some final pieces of advice we can offer listeners as they prepare for this exciting interview?
It's really about more than just managing a store. It's about creating a space for people to connect and learn and express themselves.
Yeah, that sense of community is so important, especially when it comes to crafting.
Oh, absolutely. Craft shops aren't just about buying supplies. It's about sharing skills, fostering connections, and celebrating that joy of making something with your own two hands.
So as you're getting ready for your interview, think about the kind of community you want to create in that shop. What workshops or events would you offer? How would you make it a welcoming and inclusive space for crafters of all levels and backgrounds?
And don't be afraid to let your personality shine through. What makes you unique as a crafter and as a leader? What are your passions?
Yeah, those are the things that will make you stand out and really help you connect with the interviewer.
Exactly. They're not just looking for someone who can, manage a register. They're looking for someone who can bring their own creative energy to the role.
It's finding that perfect blend of business skills and artistic passion.
Right. And that's what makes this career path so exciting. You get to combine your love of crafting with your leadership skills and create something truly special.
So as you're embarking on this journey, remember to tap into those resources that RoleCatcher provides. Their career guides, their interview tips, and their AI platform can really help you refine your approach and present yourself with confidence.
And most importantly, believe in yourself. Believe in your ability to bring your crafting dreams to life.
We have no doubt that you'll create a shop that sparks joy, fosters creativity, and becomes a beloved hub for the crafting community.
So that's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of craft shop managers. We hope this was helpful and inspiring as you prepare for your interview.
Remember, the world needs your crafting talents and your leadership skills. Go out there and make your mark one stitch, one brushstroke, one creation at a time.
Until next time, happy crafting.